Hey guys, welcome. Episode 2. Where to begin with this one? My name's Ezilii, and welcome to Rolling Meadows episode 2. As you can tell, I'm not feeling the best, and it's been a while since the last episode. Anyway, we're gonna dive in. We actually time traveled for this. As you can see, there's nothing in this zoo right now besides a parking lot. So this is actually the new building that actually came first. And it's inspired by my work in the community zoo's entryway. Entry level, jeez. What are we, a business? Are we hiring people here? Come on now. Anyway, so I took that path and I made a nice curve with it. And I'm taking this. Each 4-meter wide panel is a separate building. And I'm just Control X, advanced duplicate move, placing it in position, and I'm following that curve. And now I'm trying to decide, how do we get windows in here? I don't know if I keep it every other one or if I block it with 2. I don't recall. I'm not looking at it right now. I'm just looking at this footage. So hopefully you guys had a great Thanksgiving if you're in the States. And you guys, everyone else and those in the States, you guys are ready for the holiday season? I'm kind of in the festive spirit. I was grocery shopping the other day and I was singing Christmas carols. I got a lot of weird looks. It's probably because I'm tone deaf and off key. Or they just don't want to be in the Christmas spirit yet. What's today? Today is the 7th of December. Yeah. So anyway, this building was loosely inspired by what I did in the Planet, we're playing Planet Zoo, the community zoo project for Planet Zoo, which I've been doing over on Twitch. Like 30 some odd builders are all making habitats and making buildings and stuff. It's rather interesting to see. I've got it on the workshop. Just search community zoo. But anyway, this is inspired from that work, which is then inspired from a garden that's in Las Vegas, which a viewer had pointed out to me. Hey, you know what might look really good? This building from this garden. And it's a botanical garden. And incidentally, she made the garden that's next to the building. So I think it's interesting how it all worked out. Eventually I'll have a tour of that zoo. Right now we're probably about halfway done with the habitat installation. Got a lot of details to do. But feel free to go download it, explore it on your own. Eventually I will make some cinematics for it. So this is I'm going to say it's probably an administrative research facility. AKA I'm going to put some staff buildings inside of it. But it's designed with maybe some exhibit space, some staff research, administrative stuff. It's not how you go through into the zoo. It'll be kind of off to the side once you get in the zoo, and you are welcome to visit it as a guest. But it's not like, ta-da, this is how you get in. Everyone goes through here. This is where we process your tickets, etc. But in making this building, and making any building that you make in Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo, it's good to have a variety of roof lines. It will elevate your aesthetic. So if you're not feeling very happy with the project that you're working on, take a look at the buildings. Are they all the same height? And I don't mean, you've got a 4-panel tall building, which is what, 12 meters tall? And then the next thing is like a 64-meter tall building. No, I mean subtle. So the difference between 12 and 16 and 18 is pretty big for your eye. But then you can amplify that difference by making the taller building have a taller peak. And you could exaggerate it further by making the shorter building have a flat roof. And as far as like art and design is concerned, the unity is the building and the variety is their roof line. So I just put that piece that's down on a grid to get that path. So I make this nice gridded path there. Eventually I believe it becomes steps. But it was fighting me. But I wanted the terrain to kind of get some elevation change. Like this is the back side of the auditorium, and I imagine that this is where they bring equipment in for like a presentation. Maybe there's some zookeepers, maybe there's some special equipment for an animal for a presentation. Maybe they're gonna show off some birds of prey. They deliver them to the back side here. Maybe there's some small set pieces. I don't imagine a full-scale like Broadway show being produced here, but maybe it's a puppet show for the kids when they come into a field trip. Maybe the field trip starts here. They gather all the kids from the field trip. They meet here. They talk about what they're going to do, what they're going to see, when their lunch is going to be, when they should be expected to be back at the bus. Who knows? And so I cut that so that way you don't see the end. But you will kind of see it here shortly. So I took these wall pieces and I slapped the letters on there because they all snap to the same height then. Ta-da! We now have our sign. I forget what piece it is. I think it's the New World sign holder post thing. I figured they need something to stick into the ground with. And they get like anchored to this. So that's like, the sign is definitely buried into the ground. And then I went to go light it, and I can't light it because I have no electricity. Now this is before you could turn off that requirement. Oh well, I think it's still necessary, right? Like it adds an element of realism. You still have to consider it in your thoughts. But it's good to not be hampered by it now. I could flick the switch, test some stuff out, and then build some electricity. And here I'm trying to get a feel for the lighting options we have available in the Planet Zoo. And then these guys turn out to be so bright. Can I make them less bright? Can I make it less... Like, that is blinding. I don't know, it's probably like 80,000 candle power. So then I came up with a solution. Stick the light on top of a street lamp. Hey, I mean, it worked, right? One lamp as opposed to a bunch of lamps that make it very bright. These mulch pieces are beautiful. Thank you. And a thought just occurred to me that I should take that skinny mulch piece and take all the skinny, like the one line of plants, and just make up a bunch of blueprints to make this a little, like, quicker. It's the power of a blueprint. Definitely the power of a blueprint. If you think you're going to reuse it, or if you think it's going to be usable in the future, blueprint it. Use it in another park. You don't have to share it on the workshop. I would tell you you should, but you don't have to share it. Just because you blueprint it doesn't mean you have to share it. But please share it because the world needs to see it. So I'm thinking like this sign would be the remodel of their entryway. So like this is not the historical part, but they kept some historical elements. Maybe this place was all lined with hedges at some point. I don't know. But the idea is that this was from the remodel, and maybe that hippopotamus statue was done. Maybe it's an older cast that they relocated on the property. Planters, planters, and planters. You guys are gonna get sick of planters. But I like these. I like those little planter boxes. So we're back to the newer version, the new building that's being constructed. And by being constructed, I'm about to tell you it's still under construction with what I'm about to do next. You know, barricades. This building is coming soon. Coming soon to a zoo near you. The stuff we do to have a good before and after photo. So I haven't done much work on the zoo since I've done this this front entryway. And I've been thinking how I'm gonna carry out the zoo on the inside. Is it completely? Is it remodeled? I don't know if it's completely remodeled or if we have a throwback. But I was thinking of a hub and spoke type layout. Take the 7 continents. Have like a main building or main like central area. Maybe that's where the flamingos are. I wonder if we could have a habitat within a habitat within a habitat. Keep the Indian peafowl in part of the Asia continent. guests walk in the door and all the peafowl are in there. What if we could have an entire habitat in the zoo? Like, why can't we let those birds just walk around? Food for thought. So when I was picking these plants, I decided that those trees had to be older and that we redid the entryway around them. And thus the planter boxes kind of helped keep them safe from our construction. Because that zoo building, that old admin building, you know, it's probably 50, 60, maybe 70 years old. They finally outgrew it. And thus we've got the newer building. And maybe we had lost the original buildings. Maybe this zoo dates back to like the 1880s. Who knows? Who knows? Not me. Yet. I don't know it yet. Okay, so this habitat is a very simple habitat. It is for aardvarks. And I quickly kind of threw it together to get people walking into the zoo to make sure that things were working right. I don't think I'm going to keep it. I don't know if it's permanent. But aardvarks are one of the species that you can get guests to walk into. And here come the aardvarks. Soon. Like, okay, well, I'm going to give them a place to hide. And we're going to let the guests come in. Bing. Give them a place to eat. Give them a place to sleep. I decided we'll probably have some water instead of a pipe. Some enrichment. And ta-da! Aardvark. I believe I just closed the zoo so people don't arrive. Time to paint. Happy little sand over here and happy little mud over there and happy little bushes and trees. Pretty simple. Here's a bunch of people to clean up stuff. There with the guests. It's working. I had to test that bus stop. I was unsure if it would actually work. And so because I have guests, I have to make some sort of place for them to go to the restroom, get some food. And I'm not sure I'll keep these in this position. Maybe I will. But I styled them kind of after the other gate buildings to maybe age them some. They still need some detail though. And then I was looking for like a trash bin, a little dumpster, and I found out we don't have one. So I kind of made like we can seal it in here. And this cart is how we deliver goods to this. Ta-da! Awesome. Thanks for watching.